Welcome back to KickBack. This is episode 6, and today we're diving into the ADNOC Pro League. Weeks 13 and 14, lots to tackle, crunch, and get through.
Let's get into it. Week 13 had some high-scoring games and a few draws that got everyone talking.
Shabab Al-Ahli versus Dibba, 7-0. I was at this game. It was a banger. Isa, let me tell you this now. On aggregate, it was 12-3 before the game. So I was thinking we're going to expect some goals. And then I was not disappointed. And the red card really crippled Dibba when Saimoun put his hands on the ref. And after that was an uphill struggle for Dibba. The final result was 7-0, but it was a battering.
Yeah, 7, incredible. That shows their attacking power. Tell me, Omar, who stood out for you?
I know the forwards will normally get all the praise when you hear a 7-0, but for me, Juan Santos was outstanding. In and out of possession. As a fullback, he plays on the right, he plays on the left, and in this game, he was incredible. Even looking at the stats, key on transitions in both ways. The game saw goals from Lima, El Mansouri, Juan Santos before halftime, and then Saeed Zutalahi, Thiago Scarpino, who came on, scored the first goal and got injured, which I'm sure he was gutted about. And then Breno and Yuri Cesar sealed it with a 7-0 battering.
Ajman versus Al Dhafra ended in 1-1. The first half ended in a draw, 0-0. Both teams creating a few clear scoring opportunities. Although a penalty was given for Ajman, but it was cancelled after the VAR review. Ajman took the lead early in the second half through Bilal Yusuf and seemed likely to maintain. However, Al Dhafra steadily grew into the game and pressed high as the minute passed, forcing a more cautious approach from the host. In the extra time, Marcelinho late equalized and brought the game to a 1-1 tie, reflecting how the contest ended as a balanced match.
Bilal Yusuf's corner routine with them was full credit to them. You could see they practiced that on the training ground. And then that long-range effort from Marcelino to make it that extra drama that stunned the whole stadium. Like you said, 1-1, but at the end, a good game. Sharjah vs Ittihad Kalba, 3-1 to Sharjah. Luan Pereira involved in 2 goals. And at this crucial stage of the season, Moraes has really got them ticking. So overall, a good game, but the timing of Luan Pereira's form couldn't be better.
Yeah, good win. Kalba really fought hard, but Sharjah's experience showed. Banyas versus Al Batayah, it was 1-1. Banyas struggled to close matches.
But every time you have a striker like Niakate, you know his movement's always going to cause problems. The first goal was no different from that for him to score. And then Anatola Bang in the 96th minute gets the equalizer to have late drama at the stadium. Al Ain versus Al Wahda, 2-2. What a game. Had chances, goals, red cards, all the drama. Tell me about this game.
Let me tell you about this derby, Omar. The first half of this game showed an intense will from Al Ain that they were coming to win this match. But the both teams showed unsuccessful and strange ideas in applying coach's formation. While on the pitch, the player looked unstable and inconsistent. Al Wahda performance improved mid-through the half after simple offense tactic transition by the coach by moving Tajic to the right side and was able to deliver the ball to Bentek. Overall, it ended in 1-1. In the second half, Al Ain took the lead through Laba Koja, but Al Wahda fought back and equalized via Omar Khrebin, despite being reduced into 9 players due to red cards given to Ogbo and Facundo. For Al Ain, the draw was almost like a 2-point loss on their own ground, not taking advantage of the 9 players against them. Al Wahda showed a strong defense character in closing stages of the match.
Wahda showed real character in this game, almost stole all 3 points, but for me, it seemed like a face-off between Omar Khrebin and Laba Kojo. Laba Kojo's second goal, by the way, to chip the keeper off his line, unbelievable. And Omar Khrebin's character to keep coming back. They might even feel they were unlucky not to get all 3 points.
Al Wasl controlled slightly more possession and they were more proactive with trying to create chances, especially in the second half. The decisive moment came during the extra time when Renato Jr. scored for Al Wasl at the 94 minutes mark, giving them a dramatic late win. For the majority of the game, Al Jazeera struggled to sustain attacking momentum and didn't manage to score a goal.
A cagey affair, and what a time to score your first goal in the ADNOC Pro League with Renato Jr. doing that. But at the end of the day, you just felt like it needed something from someone like that at that specific time. And if this season's all about timing, this was an important time for Al Wasl. Khurfakan versus Nasr 0-0. Not a game many will remember, but vitally important in terms of getting points on the table. Khurfakan obviously being the happier, and Nasr with a chance to get all 3 points, but at the end, a stale draw.
A defensive battle, maybe not the most exciting, but Khorfakan held their own.
That was game week 13. Let's move over to game week 14.
Moving to week 14, Shabab Al Ahli keeps the momentum flowing with a 1-0 win over Ajman. They took an early lead with Juan Santos scoring in the 24th minute, giving Shabab Al Ahli secured 3 points. This result helped Shabab Al Ahli maintain a strong title challenging progress in the league, where they were being one of the most consistent team this season. Ajman remained lower in the standing with the fewer goals scored, highlighting the gap between them and the league's top side.
Tough game, and also a contrast to game week 13 looking at this, but Juan Santos again with one of the goals of the season, a very vital part of that puzzle for Shabab Al Ahli, but also in how they drive through, and that goal was outstanding. Kalba 1, Al Ain 3. Kalba had chances in the first half, but it remained 0-0 at half-time. And then Kojo with an overhead kick, which was outstanding. Sufyan Rahimi turns his defender inside out and powers it to make it 2-0. Ahmed Nurullah did peg one back for Kalba, but with 20 minutes to go, there was an interesting action where Al Ain were on the attack. Kalba won the ball back and then immediately countered, and on that transition, Ahmed Abu Namus got his second yellow, which resulted to Kalba going down to 10 men. Palacios with another strike from outside the box to make it 3-1. Overall, very comfortable, a 3-1 win away.
Solid performance. Their attack is clicking. Al Wahda versus Diba. Al Wahda managed a narrow win, 1-0 over Diba. The match features one team competing for the top, while the other is fighting to escape from the bottom. In the first half, Al Wahda failed to capitalize on their scoring chances, while Diba held firm defensively, shutting down all the passing lanes and through balls. Diba played with the formation 5-4-1, which forced Al Wahda to have only two options: either play in front of the 18-yard lane or take shots from outside the danger zone. In the second half, after Diba held firm defensively and Al Wahda struggled to break through,
But eventually what happened?
Ibrahim Dayara shot a beautiful cross to Kayo's head, sending the ball straight into the net. A valuable 3 points, keeping the battle with the top teams.
A better performance from Diba, especially after conceding 7 in the following week. It did take till the last minute, which was heartbreaking for them, but at the end of the day, they can take a lot of positives from this game. Considering they did concede 7 goals against Shabab Al Ahli, it was a much better performance, but not the result they wanted. Al Dhafra 0, Sharjah 2. Sharjah cruising past Al Dhafra 2-0 in this game. A penalty in the 62nd minute hit the bar by Luan Pereira. He did make up for it though in the 80th minute with a great cross and a diving header. And now leading up to the second goal, the skill that Luan Pereira did in the start of this goal was out of this world. He then drives into the box, gets clattered, and Guadarrapa finished the move off to seal the win for Sharjah. The keeper had a solid game though, but are Sharjah back?
Exactly, their form is consistent. Al Wasl versus Khorfakan. Big win, Khorfakan beats Al Wasl 1-0, taking the lead through Tariq Tasoudalis in the 17th minute strike, and then sitting deep to frustrate Al Wasl repeated attempts to break them down. Al Wasl pressing hard in this game. They were unable to take advantage of the key chances. In the standing, Al Wasl's position in to keep them far away from the title race. Khorfakan shows they are closer to the lower end of the table, working to climb out of this zone.
Huge result for Khorfakan, getting all 3 points after a pinball action to Forte Sodali for the opener. Another Rafai thought he got sent off with a second yellow, but let's give credit to the referee for rescinding it. It's the first game for Damir Kriznar and a huge 3 points. Al Batayah 1, Al Jazeera 1. Whenever I watch Ganiev play, his technique stands out for me. When he strikes a ball, whether it's crossing or finishing, he opened the scoring with a clean strike, a Ganiev strike, and then Banza with an old-fashioned power header made it 1-1, but Al Batayah held off to take a point.
Both teams showing they can compete, but struggling to finish stronger matches. Al Nassr versus Banyas, and Banyas finally takes the win 2-0 over Al Nassr as Lionel Wamba opened the scoring just before halftime, and Yusuf Niakati sealed the win in the 71st minute. Despite Al Nassr having home advantage and more possession, Banyas were effective in the key moments. They defended compactly after scoring and maintained Al Nassr weakness on the counter-attacks. The result was significant for Banyas' league aspiration, as the win lifted confidence in the season where they were struggling for consistency.
Despite Banias missing the penalty, Godwin made up for it with an assist for the first goal, which was a powerful header, and Niakate showed power and precision to make it 2, and 3 points away from home. Fans, if you want to experience all this action live, now is the perfect time to hit the stadium.
Absolutely. The weather is incredible, the atmosphere is electric, and there are giveaways at every match. Trust me, you don't want to miss that.
Make sure to follow the UAE Pro League on social media to get all the latest news, match schedules, and special announcements.
Bring your friend, enjoy the game, and be part of the UAE Pro League excitement live.
So that wraps up weeks 13 and 14. A lot of action, some crazy scorelines, and a few surprises.
Exactly, Umar. Fans have plenty to talk about. Shabab Al Ahly dominating, Khorfakan surprising, Banias finding firm. It's exciting.
That's it for this episode of KickBack. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more UAE Pro League coverage in English.